Right button.
Are you
Good
sure?
tidings, friend! I am sure it is the right button this time. Stop judging me, Ventus.
Never.
Good tidings, friends, and welcome to the next episode, of us streaming Train of Memories. We are paused because the Atlantica soundtrack, got a claim, and so we wanted to not be in the save point room, but there is a cutscene immediately upon leaving Atlantica, so we will now continue this cutscene.
Are you in the chat?
Not yet.
Get in the chat.
The notification hasn't popped up yet.
It popped up for me.
Well, it popped up for me just now, because my phone is slow.
Hi, Riku.
Take the hint.
Fuck!
I told you to go home.
Congratulations.
Not until I rescue you and Namine.
I don't remember ever asking you to rescue me.
Did you forget? Kyrie's there, waiting for us both to come home.
You're the one who forgot. I told you at Kingdom Hearts when we closed the door.
I'm sorry, his side eye
Take
is
care
just
of
so
Kyrie.
strong.
It really is.
Give it up.
I like his whole skirt
I'm
of
not
darkness.
going back to the islands. For anything.
It's
It's
not
like
just for
Zane when he
Kyrie.
hates those islands.
What about the rest?
Yep.
You can have those losers. Already forgot them.
That's enough.
Yes. We did not change the lip syncs for Train of Memories.
What about
Not at
you,
all.
Sora? Do you actually remember what they all look like?
No.
Of course I remember.
We did not change the lip syncs at all.
Don't feel bad.
And
That's what this
now,
castle
for reasons
does
I
to
don't
you.
understand, he
After
doesn't
a
have a real
while.
mouth anymore.
Or eyes. Sora does.
It's good.
But I guess it's because
You
that
forget all
Riku's
the
just not
useless
real.
stuff and remember for the first
No!
time
Get out!
what really
Get
matters.
out!
I can't, I'm driving the body.
I remembered it, Sora. I now know the one thing that is most important to me.
Her name is Namine.
Protecting Namine. Nothing else matters. Not a thing.
Long, awkward. His eyelashes. I know I commented on it every time, but they're just...
They're so long.
they're so long.
They're
Hey.
so tiny.
Riku. I think I'll jog your memory.
Good luck with that.
Go ahead and try.
It's a very loud cricket.
We have crickets.
They're delicious.
Anyway, hello everybody, it's good to see everyone. Yes, I am back. I am sorry. Last week, everything was on fire in multiple locations of my life. So I had to skip out. Since, someone has already brought up one of my... I actually have today a list of talking points because of the new trailer and other announcements. We have someone claiming Xion got Norded. I can prove that that is not Xion. I may have spent several hours after that trailer finding screen caps of every character facing up that profile and lining up the different colors of their hair to see if they match. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, now I have just looked down to try to remember how gay we were. That is just this whole game. Try to remember how gay we were.
I have a problem. That problem is healing. It's fine.
As he just stands there and watches you repeatedly heal, because he is also a slave to having to do with his death.
Freeze! Fire!
That's what she said.
I don't That is not an innuendo!
Then you're not trying hard enough.
Okay, I'm getting back on topic.
Oh no,
I'm
oh
getting
no.
back on topic.
Oh dear,
So,
oh dear. Help.
we have, we spent,
Problems, not dodging. Those problems are not dodging. Those... I need a sticker.
you get a sticker. I'm gonna go
Also
ahead and remind you.
update the dead count.
I'm going to.
Okay.
that you told me to do all of the talking because your throat was sore. Are
This
you
is true.
okay?
No. Oh no. Oh, we're gonna have a problem this stream.
You got out fast enough to not have to worry about it. That was, I did not need
I
to hit
hope
enter.
so.
That was not long enough. You said it was a 2-minute segment. Okay. Anywho. Those of you who are not aware, there was a new, mini trailer that was the pre-Tokyo Game Show trailer because Square Enix has decided, fuck the actual dates of conventions, we're releasing our trailers before all of them, and then even more trailers during them. There will be a longer version, extended, full trailer at the actual game show, as well as some other things that we're going to talk about later. For now, we're going to dissect, or talk about the mini version we got. It was mostly just Big Hero 6, but there was, like, the last, 10 seconds of it were jam-packed with this flurry of screenshots and stuff that were, basically all plot relevant, and one of them was, from, I'm gonna put my face on camera.
I don't know.
I think so.
I can't look.
From here down, it was like from here of someone. They appeared to have white hair and tan skin. That means nothing because you ignored it.
Donald, help.
It is
Donald, help.
suspicious that they hid their face.
Donald, don't. Help, help.
You're dead again. What am I doing? I'm supposed to use the red stickers. They show up better. We determined this. This was the new rule.
So, we may have a problem. That problem may be that I need to go train.
And we're in Atlantica where I can just talk loudly over all of the sound.
I don't know if there's like a way that we could mute the background track in-game.
We can check the settings. I don't think there is in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. We may need to temporarily mute the
If we
game
have to
again.
temporarily mute the game, then we have to temporarily mute the game. It is not a huge issue. Also, we are not getting strikes, we are just getting flames.
I am neurotic and fret. I know you do. In the words of the great Harrison Ford, I know.
No. Okay. Anyway. Freezer has not been here since the sticker per death rule has been
I see.
Yes,
They were here at the beginning of last stream, but I didn't die earlier.
Definitely die. Yeah, we started when I was playing 0.2, putting stickers on Ben's face because during Kingdom Hearts 1 we horribly forgot the dead counter. It got lost when we switched computers and the settings on OBS were all different. There is a scene where we see I'm not going to use the word mysterious figure because it's like a buzzword in Kingdom Hearts, but a person who you only see from the jaw below to their shoulders. The fact that they're hiding their face is suspicious and important.
Mistakes!
After systematically going through getting screenshots of people facing left, there were exactly 3 people who matched, and I wish I could bring it up on screen. I don't have enough levels in OBS. Beforehand,
I was doing great when you weren't here.
I know. I'm here to make you more miserable.
It fell off. It immediately fell off. I don't know where it is.
I see it.
Okay.
The parts of the face that like, cause the hair, there's a piece, that come this way, and actually the Vanitas face is a horrible example of this, because it's technically wrong, reasons, but there are pieces of hair that come here, and one here, there's one on the other side of the tree, which is why Sion, one of the reasons Sion is at the back, his hair is very asymmetrical, and the hair on the not facing side cannot come down far enough to be seen on like this from the other side of, or like this from the other side of the chin. There's also a very small piece at the top of the screen.
Oh, come on.
That is, and I'm probably gonna do like a full video on this in the week we have before the trailer.
Okay, I'm gonna die again.
Because Darkbreaker is a bitch.
Yes. No, it's because I ran out of healing now.
Well, you ran out of healing because Darkbreaker is a bitch.
No, he keeps, breaking my,
I mean, all Riku fights are designed to be, like, in part the PvP fight, and in part the, do you have your master mechanic? It's like the benchmark must learn this one mechanic quickly.
I'm dead.
And in addition to the pieces, like, in front of, like, just past the chin, there's a piece right on the top of the screen
I have too many sevens, there's not enough nines.
Brighter. I'm sorry.
Please mute the game.
I will mute the game. We are now muting the game. We apologize to everyone. Let me find the game.
Good luck.
Is the game already? Oh, the game. It's normally at between 45 and 40 for future reference.
Oh, you can just click the sound button.
I forgot that there's a mute button. I was just taking it to nothingness. Oop. Okay.
There we go. Okay, because I need to fix my deck.
Yeah.
No more sevens, only nines and zeros.
There will be no audio because Atlantica has been giving us trouble. Anywho, there's a piece of hair that is, like, lit brighter, which means it is more in the foreground. Like, it means it's sticking out towards the camera.
Oh, I forgot I had Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie!
Welcome
He important. He very good for these fights. He's super good for these fights.
Oh, I just straight up forgot that I had him.
I don't know how you get to him on a PS4 controller.
You have to touch the touchpad.
I hate those.
You have to press the touchpad. It's really dumb.
I don't like that. Hello and welcome to I Can Totally Get Through My Thought Without Getting Distracted, the stream.
Not at all.
TLDR, after comparing the different parts of the hair and the shape of the chin, the shape of the chin rolls out a lot of people because a lot of people in Kingdom Hearts either have JoJo square chin or Seto Kaiba pizza chin, and no in between. There are only 3 people that actually match. One of them is Aqua. This would make sense since we had, like, a Dark Aqua reveal, and some other points. I was going to talk about this later in my list of things to talk about, but, since it was the first thing brought up in chat.
Darn it.
We had, there are other points towards Aquanort just in general being a thing. Whether or not this is Aqua is a little separate from that, but it would make sense to have the reveal of Aqua in the Realm of Darkness and then slowly shift to revealing her in the Org Code as officially as part of the organization. The other 2 people are, Young Riku, which would mean the replica, which we already know is partially confirmed, or outright confirmed. There has been debate.
He went, Nomura went a little, maybe it's an illusion.
Yeah, Nomura tried to do things, which is why I said partially. There has been some concern around the replica.
Where did I get this card from?
But,
be sold to the Mughals. Okay, I have no 7s in my deck anymore.
Okay.
It's all 8s. Well, I have some 7 healers.
Reminder, you can make multiple decks.
That's for smart people.
Okay.
I'm not a smart.
Okay.
I have 8s, 9s, 0s, and healing. And 1 thunder. And 1 fire. That needs to not be there. Let me put that fire someplace, like, reasonable.
But,
like there.
So it could be Repliku. It could also be Data Riku, technically, although that's significantly less likely, but, KH1 Riku's hair technically matched. There are some issues with, like, the side parts seeming like they're chunkier. There are some problems with Aqua in that her hair back there is thicker, but since it's such a weird cutoff, in the
Or
camera
sound.
shot. Sound? Oh, we can sound again. Have some backtrack. That she, you know, but she's probably one of the higher matches. Riku's the least of the 3 potential matches we found. Shion was one of the first people I checked because I also thought it was Shion in first, but found significant more evidence to discount Shion's possibility. Another reason, besides the hairy symmetry, her hairline here is not that, like, phalange wavy bit. It's a hard, like, shaved line.
This entire match is just us throwing zeros at each other.
Yes, because Riku is an asshole. There you go. Here you go.
What is our dead count actually at?
60.
Okay. I thought I had more stickers on my face than
You
that.
have 5 stickers, but we're at the beginning.
We started at 13.
Oh, I skipped some then. What's 13 plus 5? That's 18. It's fine. This is why we have stickers, guys!
This is objectively
This is
why
we
we
have
stickers.
stickers.
Because we'll remember to put stickers on my face. We won't remember to update the dead count.
Admittedly, the figure's sleeve is the same shape as Shion's octopuses, which means, but Riku also has that sleeve shape in his word count. I brought my pen.
Congratulations.
And we don't know what authorized potential word count looks like, so that's one point another, I guess, close related, but we can see that here. So, like, I would also like to say that shot, the character has the roundest chin. Like, they have negative chin. It is just, like, the baby chin. It's unfortunately very similar to my chin. Bad chin. Or not bad, it's weird. And, the last person to match is Sora. His K3 haircut does have the phalanges here along his hairline, which he does kind of have in other games, which is very chunky. He doesn't have, you would think he has cloud hairline where it's like glued straight back. And the Vanitas wig has, although they are not technically long enough, these bits that go down here.
I can't do anything.
If you want to train and or give me a shot, these are all options.
Mute the game, I think I have to train.
You have to train? Okay. And we are
Because
going
he's
back
just
to Atlantica.
wrecking me entirely. Like, I get paralyzed and then I can't do anything.
This was what I was afraid of, was the difficulty spike in this fight, and I was like, no, I'm misremembering that. It's only the last fight that has a difficulty spike. I sit on a throne
I was
of
like,
lies.
should I train? No, it's fine.
I was like, no, only the last time when he has Dargora as heart. No, that's just a lie. We have, so the last match is Sora. There is a potential for, holy shit, Sora Nord is real, the snackening has happened. There is a much more likely chance, given the amount of Vanitas in other parts of the trailer, it was just Vanitas with his mask off. As him having white hair and being properly Norded would make sense, or be a reference to the Vanitas remnant. So, take your pick. That is your, what I was originally, I will finish my thought before becoming a tangent.
Are you sure?
No. That is our dissertation on...
Give me a sticker.
You fucked up, son.
Apparently I'm just having a bad day. I should not be driving the body. I lost whatever that card was, which is a pity.
The stream has caught up to me saying the snackening because I just got 50 eye emoticons from Sojourn.
I see. Hello, Sojourn. I wasn't sure if you were here or not. Now I know.
Oh yeah, no, we have a surprising amount of our crew right now.
Good. I was missing people, because it was just me and,
Oh, that's sad.
It was just me and Zebrafish Cat last week. Freezer was here at the very beginning.
Ah.
But he had to go suddenly.
We have, nope, that was an incorrect thought. Hello everyone and welcome to Talking is Hard.
Speaking of Talking is Hard, for those who missed it, I'm having like an actual throat thing tonight, so if my voice is weird, my voice is always weird, go watch last week's stream and you'll find out how true that is.
If you hear me yelling at Ven for talking too much, it is not because I'm mad that he is talking over me, it is because he needs to take care of his throat. But yes, so that is our small dissertation on the person, the mystery Nort. We'll probably at the very least have a Tumblr post with the various screenshots that we took in order to make the comparison up. At some point, I am hoping to get a video out before the full trailer comes out, because I have a strong feeling that the full version of the trailer in a week is going to have the full face reveal. What I was going to start the stream with was chess! Because there was more chess in this trailer.
As there should be.
As there should be. There is a single shot of the chessboard with all of the known Nort's pieces surrounding Sora. Technically Zanzibar. Sora's lone piece with a bunch of white pieces in the background being taken off the board as though they'd, been killed off. So, that's concerning. We got a good shot of some of the previous pieces we didn't see before, and, we now know which piece is Larxine's piece because it is more obviously so. The models for the chess pieces are just objectively different.
Mm-hmm.
Luxord's doesn't have the pips in it anymore. It's just the cube stacked. And Larxine's is...
very much more obviously daggers.
I think it might have just been 2 daggers before and they added a third one.
No, there were 4. Because it looked vaguely fox-shaped. We thought it might be Ava.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be at an obscured angle, and so now it's, facing the camera very obviously. It's obviously Larxine. The weird 6-pointed star has been edited to more obviously be a flower. It is next to the Larxine piece. I can only assume that was intended to be Marlux's piece, which means some of the other pieces we have that were more obscured are the ones of members we don't know. We still don't know what Zigbar's piece looks like. The piece that was probably his was on the board, but the only of the organization pieces besides Old Man Nort's that was cut off at the top. The fact that Old Man Nort's cut off at the top might be concerning, but I don't think it is. I think
that was more of a spacing issue. Yeah,
in game, that's where his piece needed to be dramatic, but for the trailer, they didn't want to show what pieces were knocked over.
Yeah.
It's at the very top of the board.
Oh my goodness, I hate these divers.
I am so sorry.
It's fine.
A very long time going, man, if these were actual chess pieces, what piece would be what kind, and which of these pieces could potentially take Sora's piece, if that's foreshadowing, before quickly realizing, A, all but 2 of the pieces were in a position where if they were a knight, they could take Sora, and, B, the whole, what the fuck is that chessboard even, though? It's all, jaunty and diagonal.
Chess.
It's a special snowflake. So there is not a lot to be gained. For your update on chess things, Vanitas' piece is the only one on, the same... I'm gonna call it a straight row, even though it's technically diagonal, because all of the pieces on the chessboard are diagonal. With Sora's and Xehanort's was in, the bishop position of the straight row of diagonal, so, for those of you who know chess words. We got to see Aquanort, in all of her glory. She was a little bit... It's weird because there were both more points for Aquanort and Darkling at the same time.
Darkling Aquanort.
Yeah, those things don't have to be mutually exclusive, I think is the conclusion here.
Trophy earned, card breaker. It's because my deck is filled with nothing but zeros.
You could make a different deck for training.
That involves time.
Okay.
What would have been great to do before.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's my own fault. I decided to try and cast on 500 stitches instead.
I have to put up with this shit all the time.
It's true.
We have, right, Aquanort, she has the, like, her arms are turning actually black with, like, the gradation. Parts of her clothes are, like, fusing to her body. She has an honorary darkness hula skirt. Her flowy bits are all tattered at the length of the darkness skirt, so I honorarily welcome Aquanort to the family of darkness skirts. She can join Vanitas and the replica. I keep dropping this pen.
How dare you?
Her skin and eye color, though, is much more obviously gold, and I mean, we knew her eyes were gold, but her skin is more obviously tan. Especially since I was using her in that scene and, like, directly looking at a bunch of things that scenes from 0.2 and able to, like, the lighting was more obviously what, like, you could tell what was lighting and what wasn't in the full body shot, and being able to compare her relative skin tone, it was darker. So we have that.
Why are there so many?
Good. Darkling Aqua is good. People are apparently comparing Aqua and the Darklings, and that is good. One of the big things is the dialogue Vanitas had in the trailer. Usually the, like, big dramatic a villain is talking over a bunch of scenes is always goes to either a Nort or Braig, because Braig gives a lot of exposition a lot. And it was Vanitas this time, which was a little concerning. What he said was, only after your hope has been broken after battle upon battle will you be able to, I forget the exact word he used, like, acquire the key to Kingdom Hearts, or the key to Kingdom Hearts can be reached, or something along those lines.
Something like that.
The first part being the more important part. This is, like, the Monsters, Inc. thing was obviously a, like, throwback to, but, like, in a very, like, safe, there is a safe distance reference to his tragic backstory from the novels. This was a much more direct, like, it's not, like, actually talking about it in the trailer, but it's much closer. And there's, based off of that, like, a good chance we're gonna go into Vanitas' full backstory in the games, which is surprising given how not rated E for everyone it is, I guess. It's also important to note, in that scene, he is in the Badlands, and the only other person he appears to be with, it's not the person he's talking to, whoever that is off camera, is Xemnas. Who one might argue is Vanitas and Ven, is Terra and Ven, Xemnas having Xemnas and Vanitas. So, that was immediately concerning to me, that they were spending time together in the trailer. It's very likely that the person they're talking to is Aqua, as part of we're converting people to, like, hey mom friend, you want to join us on Team Darkness? We all got fucked, so, I mean, you might as well.
Of these three Wayfinders in particular.
Of these three Wayfinders in particular. We have Vanitas' broken mask. One of the other shots, Vanitas was in Castle Oblivion, specifically Castle Oblivion, not the reformed Land of Departure, from the background. Someone had cracked his mask. You can see something in the reflection of his mask, but you cannot make it out, and it is driving me insane. Because there's obviously a reflection, but the main glare is blocking whatever, like, helpful thing that you would get from it. He is, like, kind of holding his face like this because there's a crack in his mask. He obviously got hit in battle. Oh, hello, Zebrafish Cat! We are talking trailers. If you want, upon your request, I can recant. We did already go over the biggest part, which was the, figure who had their face cut off in the Orc coat. Let me know if you want me to circle back to that after we go over some of the other points, or have any other questions or things you want to chip in. Segueing in from the Vanitas thing, I noticed that the trailer still had see the ESBR website for more information on ratings instead of an actual rating listed. Me and other people...
HP or CP?
Do you have more 9s and 0s to put in your deck? Because...
I don't know.
You might want to do HP. Because you're having trouble healing.
Okay. Give me that.
Yeah. We have actually previously thoroughly disproven Xion. Most of the conversation was dedicated to that and narrowed it down to 3 potential people. You can rewatch later if you want to check it out. Bloop bloop. The rating thing. So, me and several other people, find it particularly odd that a game that's going to come out in about 4 months doesn't have a rating yet. There's actually a strong chance that Kingdom Hearts got a T rating and Disney is currently fighting that. One of the reasons, and then Square just went, well, fuck it, we're going to do what we want. Because there is a chance, the rule of thumb with video game ratings, they're always rated more harshly than movies. Like, a great example is, you know, Jafar can threaten to kill Aladdin in the Aladdin movies. He can't use the word kill. He has to say annihilate or something along those lines in the games. And
you can't, but I can.
yeah, you can't, but I can is a great example. Although that movie was a higher rated movie, and not a G rated. But it's yeah. Because all of the movies, it looks like, that are going to be in KH3 are Disney Pixar, and Pixar is known for being darker with more adult themes, I have a feeling that, like, basically, if you took Big Hero 6, just conceptually, changed nothing, and had it as a video game, it would be rated teen and not E. And that's, like, after Square realized that, they threw caution to the wind and went fuck it or something along those lines. So, that is not outside the realm of possibilities, and I, like, before this trailer came out, would have never, like, thought it possible for Kingdom Hearts to be rated anything but E. It might be a Square fighting with Disney, knowing realistically its audience are people who are older now, and it is more appropriate to make it a T game. And Disney's going through a little bit of a change getting back to its roots, which was cartoons that weren't necessarily aimed directly at children, so, you know.
See the Mickey Mouse shorts.
Yeah, see the new Mickey Mouse shorts, they're weird. So, yeah, we might have a T-rated Kingdom Hearts, which means some really fucked up shit will happen, comparatively, to what we're used to. So, that's that little spiel / warning. One of the other quick clips that we saw was Sora in the Badlands, and one of the reasons I'm pointing this out is, as a rule of thumb, Square is very good at making the trailer look like it's sampling from multiple parts of the game, when in fact it is all, like, things in the beginning, like, first couple hours of gameplay. There is a slight exception with the Kingdom Hearts trailers, because they've taken to doing, like, world reveal trailers, and obviously not every world can be in the first few hours of gameplay. But they also know that the world plots they consider less relevant to, like, overarching things. An example is, like, all of the footage in any of the Final Fantasy 13 trailers was, like, just the opening fucking cutscenes. For a very long time. So, Sora showing up at, like, there might be some serious shit going down in the Badlands really early on in the game. That being said, if you've seen the Rapunzel cartoon, there's, like, the last episode of the Rapunzel cartoon was basically Rapunzel losing will saves in a one ring to rule them all style scenario, artifact that corrupts inherently thing. So that's another mark for the rating thing. And yes, KH2 is E10+, but that's still technically E. That's like PG. That's a little safer for them, I think. But T is crossing a bigger threshold, in my opinion. And KH2 was specifically E10+. I think quite specifically the alcohol in Pirates. That was the line there. What else do we got? One of the clips in the trailer, in that end of like really fast images, was Sora picking up Ericus's Keyblade. This was a trailer, like the very, very first Kingdom Hearts 3 footage we saw. It was also objectively stated at the time to just be a showcase for the announcement, not a trailer or any kind of canon event. That means that they have retconned this if it's in this trailer. It means Sora getting that Keyblade is eventually going to happen in some capacity. I'm really sorry. It probably means Aqua, because when you see Aqua picking up a Keyblade in the Realm of Darkness, she doesn't have Ericus's anymore. She picks up Mickey's and is wielding that. She probably lost it at some point when she started Darkling-ing. Too many ings.
Ing.
And I think that is my full trailer things I wanted to vomit about. That is only half of my talking points for this episode. Hello friends, welcome to what happens when someone lets Manny make notes.
I'm gonna change this room because as Zebrafish Cat remembers, I was in that room for half of the last stream.
We have other things regarding the Tokyo Game Show coming up. As I mentioned earlier, this trailer was released before the actual convention / event. I don't know if convention is technically the right word to call it for what it is, especially the way Japan does things differently. But there will be a full trailer, as I mentioned. Also, there is going to be a stage show. All we know about the stage show right now, and what is being listed in a lot of the news things, is the Japanese voice actors for Sora and Aqua are going to be there. There is no information if this is going to be a cutscene reading, like when we had Naminé and the Lingering Will talk. It very likely is. It has also been stated that, like, there is reason to believe the, like, guest list isn't complete and there will be other voice actors. Saying Sora and Aqua's voice actors is all well and good, but I think the thing to remember, and my sinking suspicion, is Vanitas is also voiced by that voice actor, because he is Sora. So it is probably very likely Vanitas and Aqua talking, especially given the nature of probably being able to talk to her the same way Xemnas can in the Realm of Darkness. If it is, I mean, it might not even be a stage reading. We have a lot of reasons to believe that. That is still technically a theory. But my money is on a scene with Vanitas and Aqua talking, and maybe also Xemnas. They might have specific released Sora and Aqua voice actors, because Sora's voice actor is ambiguous because he voices multiple people. If they put Xemnas instead of Terra's voice actor, everyone, like, that's just, like, we're already so many degrees of, like, me yelling, that's it, Xemnas is Terra canon, but, like, that is just such a more blatant, like, thing for that. So, stage show, yes, they've done this a couple of times where they get the Japanese voice actors to come up on stage and they read the lines. There is no animation, it is just, it's like a live drama CD. For those who aren't familiar with Japan, they do this thing called drama CDs where...
Sticker,
I'm sorry,
please.
Ben.
Does that mean I lost literally all of that EXP I just got?
Yes, you did. If you hit continue, you will lose less of it. I'm sorry. The stage shows are basically live drama CDs. Japan does the drama CD thing where it's just the audio and dialogue of the characters talking with some Foley stuff, sort of like a radio show. It's a very common Japanese, this is our low budget addition to, because the culture is different, what things they have access to are different, so it's their, like, this is our low budget addition to the canon, like our expanded universe. It's more common in America for that to be books, or some kind of comic or something. Kingdom Hearts has once or twice now had, and I think the Nominee and Lingering Will one were at
one of the
concerts in Japan.
Yeah.
So it's the voice actors just go and read the lines as if, like, they kind of act. They're not in cosplay or anything. I mean, like, act physically, like with gestures, and read the, because they're obviously voice acting. Read the dialogue between the characters. And if its nature is to be a conversation between Vanitas and Aqua in the Realm of Darkness, you really wouldn't need the visuals. There's not much to be taken away from the visuals because it's likely that, like, Vanitas can't actually see any of what's going on anyway. So yeah. I don't know when that's going to happen. Check KH13. They had, the last time I checked, they had the times for the stage show, but not the actual, like, what day it was on of the days of the convention. Like, they listed, the convention is from this day to this day. From this hour to this hour is the event, but not what day of the 3 days. We have, on the topic of announcements, KHUX is going to be getting a new character introduced soon. There has been some vague comments about the nature of the character that was something along the lines of it will make the relationship between two characters make more sense. My assumption is it's going to be one of the other Norns. For those who aren't familiar, Skold's name is part of a set of 3 in mythology. She has the mythological figure is has 2 sisters, and
White Room was different from the Black Rooms.
Yes, it's white mushrooms instead of black mushrooms. What's
the difference?
The white mushrooms are the ones you cast the magic on to give you stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My assumption it will be Erd or Verdandi, which are the other 2 Norns. It's sort of like, I'm trying to think of a good equivalent where they've done this. It's hard because Square doesn't often, like, off the top of my head, I can't think of, like, a Final Fantasy reference where they had, like, a full, like, you know, set of mythology references. It's not unakin to, like, for those who know, like, I can't find a reference that's less obscure, I think is the problem. Like, if you had Amaterasu, you'd also probably have Tsukiyomi or Susanoo, but, like, that's still obscure. Hey! It's Adonis! What is crack-a-lackin' home slice bread slice?
Hi, Adonis. You haven't missed literally anything. Other than chatting.
Other than chatting. You've missed my dissection, I have notes today of the recent trailer, but you have not missed any plot, because we've, progressed, because
I'm bad at video games.
Because Riku is an asshole.
You blame Riku, I blame myself. Does that make me Riku?
Yes. Yes, it does. That is the Riku psychological loop. Anyway, that's my theory. The next likely thing I think for a character, I mean, if it's a new character, it's a new character. There's like, well, it could just be something completely different.
But no, for something completely different.
Tied in can be like a little pointless. Given the nature of what they said, it could be Demix as somebody, because they would consider that a new character, but would make Demix's existence make more sense and be more relevant. So, it could be another person with someone else's face, which could be a thing, which it was along the lines of the Demix thing.
I miss AoE.
You can change your deck, though.
Well, it takes time.
Does it take more time than the time you're losing getting stuck on these fights?
I don't know.
The answer is no. No, it doesn't.
It's fine, guys. I'm equally bad at KHUX.
Angry shouting, I want our water boy to have a name.
I'm 90% certain of Luxord's.
Quick interruption because of what happened in the chat. For a PSA, yes, I agree that it's Sora. We've narrowed down that person. I will get to the PSA in a minute, to address this. I yesterday spent a lot of time taking screenshots of various characters facing left at profile and lined them up to match the hair. The only people that can feasibly match are KH3 Sora's hair, Aqua's hair, and young Riku's hair, which could be the replica or Data Riku. If it's Sora hair, it could just be Vanitas. So, it is definitely not Xion. We have ruled out Xion. We've also ruled out, like, I was like, could it be Axel? And we've ruled out Young Nort and Xemnas and people because their bangs are very long and multiple strands, and their hair doesn't have the flange-like bits on their hairline. It goes straight back, like, as if you had a ponytail. Quick PSA, though, especially since a lot of our audience is North Carolina, stay safe. You know, prep, do what you can. Even we up here, before the trajectory shifted, yesterday we were considering canceling the stream. Me and my roommate spent a lot of time buying non-perishable food, and batteries and stuff, because at the very least, we assumed we were going to lose power. Also, all of the streaming equipment is next to the back door, which is slightly broken. So if there was any kind of, like, flood or horizontal rain, it could get in and hit, like, the PS4 or the computer. So I might have to break down our setup for a week, which was why we were considering the hurricane moved. So it will probably not
No, I wanted that. Jerk.
It could, yeah, you know, it could still move more. I know a lot of you have talked to me personally, or Ven personally, aren't as worried because of the main trajectory, but I know some of you live in North Carolina, I don't know where, so be safe, best wishes to everyone, good luck, and all of that. Less serious stuff, and back to a regularly scheduled me talking about, hair. It could be Xion because we don't know at what point in the game any given scene is, despite what I just said earlier about it probably being from the beginning. And it could all be post removing people from Sora's heart. That is a thing that is very, like, we've seen already trailer footage of what very obviously was Ienzo and Sora working together with the Twilight Town kids to bring back Roxas, and Ansem and Xemnas showing up going like, so you're trying to bring back Roxas, and Sora being like, yeah, try to stop me, and being like, no, we actually are all for this, we like him more than you.
That's true.
So the likelihood that Xion being able to be resurrected or coming back and then getting morted is, like, and happening in the time span of the game is possible. It being another clone is also very likely. It aired, you know, not outside the realm of
We
possibility.
don't know what
we don't
Vexen's
know.
up to.
We don't. I honestly think that the most likely scenario is it's a Vanitas face reveal, because they've only had him in his helmet up until this point, or it's an officially working for the organization Aquanort reveal. I would like it to be the snackening, but we don't. That's the word for this now, by the way, guys, and I'm really sorry. All caps, everyone gets a clone. It's a Square Enix game. What?
That's
Yes!
just a given.
That's just the natural order of things.
No, give me that, please.
I forgot about giving Larxene a nobody. That's a good point. New KH UX character being Larxene's nobody, which would explain why Marluxia and Larxene hang out all the time.
Oh yeah. Do you mean somebody?
Yes, that's what I meant. She is the nobody.
For a second I thought you meant like the flower nobodies.
No. Why I also have to read out the phrasing, explain why Marluxia and Larxene are the org's Team Rocket. I would be pretty down for that. That would also mean Larxene had a Keyblade, and I actually am a lot more objectively confused by this than Marluxia, because, like, Marluxia was super OP. It makes sense for him to have, like, it made less sense for him to be a boss, because we know Xemnas isn't just a random guy. It makes sense for him to be the big boss fight. Marluxia, for all intents and purposes at the time, was just a random guy, so him having this big dramatic boss fight didn't make sense until he got the backstory. If Larxene also is a key kid, it creates a bit of, like, not to a point where it's bad or anything, but, you know, her, like, why was she so fucking weak? Why were her moves weak? She's got bitch slapped around by this boy. Zebrafish Cat is pointing out Thunder heals most of the fish enemies, and this is why you're having issues.
I mean, I objectively knew that on some level, and I tried not to use it. What is that room over there?
Just make a separate deck.
No, I'm gonna go fight Riku.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
Leveled up twice.
For
and
anyone
we're
wondering,
an hour into the stream and made no progress.
The game audio is muted because we got a, not a strike, but a, claim on Under the World playing, because apparently...
Under the Sea.
Or Under the World. What the fuck, Self?
What are you doing? Turn the audio on.
I combined Part of Your World and Under the Sea.
Under Your World.
Under the Sea playing, because apparently the Yoko Shimomura rendition of it is just too close to the original. And so they were like, hey, you're playing our song. And it's like, no, we're not actually. We could probably get it removed if we wanted to.
But we make no money.
We make no money, and
what's the point?
So we're just eating it so that they don't do that again.
Heal. Freeze. Thunder.
Yeah, no, I'd actually really like to see Luxion's it would destroy everyone's Elena headcanon, but I would still be happy about it.
Please don't.
Heal.
Oh, I forgot to point out, on the subject of the mysterious person, that's such a good smear frame, though. I
made even less progress. We're gonna spend the entire stream on just Riku.
That happens sometimes. We may need to grind between. I'm sorry.
I was here at 2.
I didn't think we needed it! I wasn't here last week. I didn't know what our power level was like, and you said you beat him in one try, and
I did.
One try.
I said 2 tries.
Well, I thought it was one apiece.
It was 1 apiece.
Yeah, so exactly. Zebrafish Cat is recommending using Utopia.
I'm sorry, I've only got 4 of the 5 pieces. Oh, we will throw one overboard.
You were just in Atlanta. Was that why you were trying to find the last one?
I need to get like Markiplier levels of rage going on here, but my voice hurts too much for that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're at 23. I just stopped updating the manual counter because stickers was easier. I'm sorry. Okay.
I was doing great until this screen.
Yeah, that's what everyone's calling me out, saying it's my fault. I would just like to counter with, I am Vanitas, this is my job. Of course I am making good stuff. That's my job. That is my job.
Well, you know what? After this, I'm gonna counter you. I'm gonna make you something.
I had a thing I was like, oh, on the subject of the person with their face cut off, Ben made a point the other day that was actually very good. It could be someone whose hair or face line we don't know, and in fact it would make a lot of sense that they would only show their chin if it was a foreteller. Because that's all we see of the foretellers. We don't know what their face was.
Mute the audio.
So, mute the audio? Okay. Yeah. It would make a lot of sense if it was a foreteller because, you know, we're not used to... Yes.
I got one.
Don't use it until we look up in a guide what... Because it, like, each world has a specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to be sure we get one that's not one of those slates. I
was really excited when I got one of those because I know you hate it when I get one of those.
I do. I really do.
Alright, turn the sound back on.
Oh, turning the sound back on? Yeah.
We do keep getting nice shots of his butt, I guess.
We do. You know, we can't complain about extra replica butt.
I guess.
But, yeah, we've theorized that it could potentially be a new Nort, and someone who is the person who's in the box. Thank you. Thank you, Sojourn. That one of the foretellers would be them, and, like, given the nature of the, like, it only being that part of their face, and me not knowing what any of the foretellers' hair look like outside of maybe the era, but that might be part of his, like, dressing. Because that might literally be like a ponytail, the original meaning of that. It could be Lupus, also.
It could be Mom.
It could be Mom, outright. So, there is that possibility of, like, it could be a person whose face we don't know, therefore the face reveal wouldn't have as much of an impact as the down reveal. So. Plot twist, not someone in the box. It is the box in human form.
I thought that was just fun.
I'm upset at the combining of the words Riku and booty to form Rikuti. I felt the need to try and say that out loud for everyone. Oh, bye, Adonis.
Bye, Sora.
Bye, also Sora. We have died in your honor.
I did training, and I'm still getting murdered the exact same length of time. Like, I don't... Chad, help!
If, I can pay more attention,
please.
To what's going on and see if I can give you actual assistance.
Because it's been an hour now.
Yeah, I've, okay, we got... Problem with heal is I hate to say this. Most of the time the only answer is to just get good. Especially in these stages where there is no, like, terrain to have a no corner. You might have to go research and learn some of the slates. We're running out of stickers, dear.
I know. Mute the sound. I can only fight him so many times in a row before I get frustrated.
If you, like I said, I can give it a shot.
No, it's my body. What?
My roommates just sent me, the map with a giant circle drawn around the entire East Coast with somewhere maybe labeled as the latest forecast.
I see.
Yep, Zebrafish Cat is saying he used a hack using a very specific slate that, like, we'd have to level up a lot to get. I know it is basically, I always won the Riku fights to the extent of my knowledge by playing the card game more than the video game, basically. So, paying a lot more attention about breaking his cards, because that's what he's doing to you, so you have to outdo what he's doing to him.
Yeah.
So,
that's why I tried to get all 0s and 9s in my deck. But he has so many 0s.
He has a lot of 0s and he has a lot of cards in general. It's like a game of you have to not wait to heal. Like, how much health you have right now.
The problem is all of my healing cards are 7s, and he breaks them immediately.
He has a lot of... you have Oogie Boogie. You're not using Oogie Boogie.
I keep forgetting about Oogie Boogie.
And he's invaluable in this fight. If you... like, it's all about timing and playing the right card when, so it's a, like, you have to break his weaker cards with your healing card for it to not get broken. So you have to wait for him playing, like, because he had 3s and 4s, because he has smaller cards to be able to get this, like, he has to get off. He will have even more 9s by the time you fight him with Dark Aura, because he needs 3 of those to do Dark Aura.
If I can just live long enough, he'll run out of cards. Right? That's how it works?
Technically, he has like 2 elixirs, which gives him all of his cards back.
He needs to not have those.
Which also, like, gives him back the cards he used in Slights. That's what elixirs do, yeah.
I see. That's unfortunate.
It's a full reset. So, and a lot of bosses later in the game have those to prevent you from being able to, like, they're onto your meta, and they are banning your shit. I'm sorry.
I need Pot of Greed.
But what does it do?
Konami tweeted that.
Good. The meme has transcended all.
Oh. I knew it healed... Okay, I see.
Yeah.
The problem is, I knew it healed the anglerfish, I did not realize it healed the screwdivers.
Oh, yes.
So, I'm just gonna go ahead and...
Zebrafish Cat is recommending that 0 cards that have long startups aren't helpful, because even if you use it to break some of his shit, he'll then break it and you'll get hit. I usually got by most of the boss fights with 4 0s in my deck. Getting good at cycling through the cards in your deck is important. Since we don't use a lot, neither of us use a lot of slates, it gets hard, but having a shorter deck that you cycle through more often so that you can get to the cards you need is more important. And that's my usual play style. I think it evolved because it's the easiest way for me to beat the Riku fights.
If I just had some higher level heals, this would be far less of a problem.
Do you have a roulette room?
Yes.
Do you have another Moogle room?
No.
If you have a roulette room, you can use it to get more Moogle rooms.
This is true. I don't have a lot of Moogle points, though.
Okay.
really hate these screwdrivers.
Atlantica is not a pleasant world to have to grind in.
And I have no other option
Yeah.
because before Atlantica is 100 Acre Wood.
I usually save 100 Acre Wood for later because the level of the Heartless scales with the floor, so I save it to the last one.
I used it because you weren't on stream.
I mean, it's fair. It is a little harsh because going back, because I had a problem because of that strategy. I would slightly screw myself because then I would get stuck on Riku with nowhere to grind.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no option, I think, anymore that's not before a boss. I think every floor has a boss now. You can...
Which direction was I going? I was going this way.
Changing the deck, changing...
No, give me my Moogle points, I need those.
Focusing on breaking him more than actually physically hitting him, basically.
We have to break him.
Break the replica. I mean,
the poor replica.
This poor boy.
Poor boy.
That I think is the best I got. In the meantime, I still have one last thing to talk about. It is only one bullet point on my little notepad. However, here are one of my 2 pages of detailed notes. Because I finally found a decent recording of the cutscenes from the live E3 demo. I was having a really hard time finding those for a really long time. And I know they've been, like, around for a while in various forms, but I got frustrated and gave up a little bit. There was not much plot relevance in them, but you did have a full solid chunk of Xehanort expositioning, and it was pretty important. Also, he was so gay. He was just so gay. Like, it was just flirt, exposition, flirt, I'm out. Ben Diskin's delivery also just, like, the dialogue, like, just the words themselves, but, like, the delivery was so extra, like, I can only describe as, hey baby. Like, oh, Zebra Fish Cat's gotta go. He says he believes in you, Ven.
Cool, that makes one of us.
No.
It's okay, I don't believe in myself, I believe in the Zebra Fish Cat that believes in me.
You. Yes, that's the correct course. I found a sticker that should be on your face, dear.
Cool.
There you go.
All stickers should be on my face. If we run out, you bought me those butterfly stickers.
I did. We'll just start putting butterflies. I'm moving my night mic because it keeps getting stuck in my shirt, and that cannot be pleasant for everyone. Anyway, the gayness of Baby Nort aside, the shipping shit posts aside, I broke apart his cutscene, his dialogue, because in conjunction with the new trailer, it had some interesting revelations, I think. I'm just going to read off the exposition part of the dialogue. He starts with somewhat waxing poetics, and reference to the fact that he's ordering Heartless to get inside the toys to make them fight Sora. He says, "One heart." Oh, can I read this? Can I read this without? Can I do it without fucking up? Answer is probably no. This morning, when Ven got here, I looked at him and I was like, "I got this store at the Dollar Pen." and, like, got through the whole sentence before going, wait, no. I fucked up. One heart shadow fills the emptiness of another. See how they bring him to life. Like heartless nobodies, they fit together.
They broke all 3 of my healing cards. That is getting extremely frustrating.
I would like to point out that it is very common throughout the entire game to not have a good healing card. Like, it seems like the solution.
It's only the screwdrivers that are the problems.
I'm sorry.
It's just them. Which organization member do I need to go punch?
Probably Dylan. They have spears, don't they? I mean, they have harpoons.
I'm gonna say that it was a combination of Dylan and Brig because that seems right. So I'm gonna go punch both of them.
Anywho, one heart shadow fills the emptiness of another. See how they bring them to life. Like heartless and nobodies, they fit together. Then the next, like, chunk of exposition. What?
This is what's been happening.
You keep dying after taking a card out of your deck?
It resets my deck every time I die. All of those changes I thought I made have not actually been changed. That is why I continue to die.
And change your deck there.
I went to a save point.
Oh, when you hit continue, it might freak out.
It does. It will. I would have to restart the game.
Okay. We can technically do that. Alternatively, if you get to the other entrance, like to the bottom floor entrance of Atlantica, and you change it out there and go in, it should remember it. Because I know where the internal checkpoints are.
Will I have to go map room through again?
That should only happen if you go down to the bottom, like the floor below it. You just have to go back into that side of the hallway. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The next set of exposition is there is a darkness we are missing and must reclaim, which was in another trailer. The way hearts connect in this world can provide us with a clue. So we made a copy of that world and then pulled those hearts apart. I wonder how you'll handle the strain. And so, we got, we got a, English grad school major, like, breakdown of these lines. Because I hate myself and had way too much time on my hands. Yeah, words.
Darn it, thank you. It broke the spell that I shouldn't have cast.
That is good.
The one time that was useful. Goofy, please.
Goofy plus.
Yeah, I think the real solution here is I just need to not die. Well, maybe next week we'll make some progress.
I would go ahead and run past things and get to the other side so you can make those edits, and then it will hopefully, if you die, it will be less destructive because you will lose less progress. Because part of the problem is where the checkpoints are, you're losing a lot of progress every time you die. The big concerning thing about the dialogue is the implication that, because they're missing a darkness, which means it's someone they already had or knew about, or like has already agreed to be helping them, which is a weird position for a new character, I guess. And because they say a darkness we must reclaim, although that like the word reclaim has interesting implications. And then telling Sora directly, I wonder how you'll handle the strain. after talking about, like, pulling hearts apart, it might be that Vanitas starts the game stuck mostly in Sora, and they pull him out and then shows up a lot later. That is, like, my conclusion of staring at the dialogue for a while. He seems like most of what he's saying is double entendre and allusion to Vanitas and Ven and needing one of them. It could still be referring to Ven being the Book of Prophecies and needing him, but he does specifically say a darkness, which is more cut and dry than the Japanese dialogue. Which makes it less likely to be Ven. Also the weird implications of the fact that they just, like, ripped a bunch of the Toy Story toys out of their world into a copy of it.
Yeah, that's not upsetting at all.
That's problematic. The way when he says the way hearts connect in this world provide us with a clue, it is implying, like, which makes sense because this follows known Kingdom Hearts lore that we've had so far, that basically, the toys have hearts because Andy's heart gave them hearts, the same way Geppetto gave Pinocchio a heart, in the Blue Fairy and stuff. That, like, seems to be the general metaphysics of that. So we have, that's what he means by that, as hearts touching other hearts, which would imply it relating back to Sora's relationship to Vanitas and Ven, and all of his weirdness there. The only other thing, because, I mean, the like Heartless and Nobodies, they fit together, was obviously a reference to what was happening in the scene, but, the only double entendre, like, the only thing that's like Nobodies and Heartless but aren't are Vanny and Ven.
Unless we've got Dream Eaters up in here.
No, Dream Eaters and Nightmares don't seem to inherently function as two halves of a whole.
Oh, right.
Yeah. This difference between a Dream Eater or a Nightmare seems to be just, you don't put two Dream Eaters back together to get a thing, kind of thing. Like, the Dream Eater's Nightmare to Spirit thing is a reflection of the darkness in general. I guess.
Donald, don't cast thunder. What did I just say?
Also the phrase, one heart shadows fills the emptiness of another.
I mean, Vanitas means emptiness, so, you know, there's that.
Yeah! There's that. That seems like a direct reference to a lot of Vanny Ven problems, so, like, I was super like, are you calling my boys out? Ironically, the final line of dialogue, which is, "Don't let me down," which is super gay, actually has plot-relevant connotations, which is that the implication is this is a thing that he is doing to test Sora, and he expects Sora to survive. Like, he has some extra dialogue in the new trailer that is in the same world, which is why this is relevant to that, where he's like, well, you can't leave yet, we need more, data. And, so that, like, implies, like, he pretty much knows what he's doing and exactly how and what he's doing to fuck with Sora to get results. Which is interesting. I suppose it's not that surprising for
New Moogle room.
Hey! We got our Moogle room.
Can I use it over there?
The first room should be a 1.
Calm bounty.
So, because it was a 1.
I have a couple moving
you have a
cards
couple.
now.
You have a 0, 1, and a 2.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Why not?
So, that is that to help give some of what Xehanort said in the trailer some context. On a less lore-related note and a more game devy note, his face is still just sad. Baby Nort's face is just sad. This has like, oh, I made it sideways. I fucked up. This is what I get for trying to turn the camera with my foot.
I was having issues with it. I think I told you.
Yeah, well, it's turning this way.
It likes
instead
you
of
better.
sinking. And I was like, I set it up to be sure it wouldn't sink.
It's so ashamed of me. It doesn't want me to be on screen anymore.
I'm not so sure that it actually moved so much as we all collectively.
I am actively leaning this way because, just straight up out of frustration.
That's fair.
Nothing else, just frustration. No, give me that. Thank you. I have to sell that to a Moogle.
Yeah, no, Baby Nord's face is still weird. He looks like he has, like, the yellow-eyed cat face from KHUX. And it's a little sad.
That one that they gave to Syax for some reason, because it was the only gold eyes.
Well, that was like a shitpost. Well, also because puppy face. He's a pupper.
Oh, yeah.
I assumed that was someone making a shitpost and being funny.
I think it was, because, on the KHUX Twitch stream the other day, they had I didn't realize that we had a person on the English team making all of our banners.
Yeah.
So I got to see them. She was nice.
I want that job.
It was.
I actually don't think I can handle it because I would go insane having to deal with what is it, 10 coin? Is what they're called? 10 the middleman company.
I know it. No, it was it starts with a B. It's not Bitcoin.
It's not Bitcoin.
But it's something like that.
Anywho. They have been remodeling and remodeling and remodeling young Xehanort's face. It has never quite looked right. In the, like, demo, it was super weird. He didn't, like, his lips were non-existent. Like, even old man Nort had more lips than this boy. And, although part of that looked extra off because only some of the characters had their lip flaps redone for the English audio. And his was, like, some of his lip flaps were redone for the English and some of them weren't. And the ones where it had been, it was less obvious, like, the lips looked less bad. You had, his hair was doing better, but his eyes in their most recent trailer were so big. They were bigger than Sora's. And it was like, you look like one of those super Uncanny Valley, like, anime masks. Please, no. And he looked even like, the problem was, he looked like he was this Sora's age, not 16-year-old, like, he's supposed to be 17, and he looked 14, and that's a big difference. Like, he looked younger than he did in Dream Drop, so it was really awkward. And, hopefully they'll get that cleaned up. I mean, they've made some, like, just objective changes to some of the character models because of fighting with, Unreal, basically. The engine that they're using. Like, for whatever reason, every game, Xemnas and Ansem's skin tone does this, until they're, like, closer to the same, because they used to be, like, Xemnas was very, very light-skinned, and Ansem was very, very dark-skinned, and now they're both, like, obviously, I mean, admittedly, it's probably, like, you know, closer to here, but, like, Xemnas got way darker, and Ansem got a little lighter, but, they, like, they homogenized the two of them, so they matched, for whatever reason. Which, to be fair, could be plot reasons because of Nordification, even though they're already Norts. I know that's weird, but, like,
they re-Norded the Norts.
They've redone Sora's face. Like, they fixed Sora's hair so he didn't look like a Dorito. So I'm sure it'll, you know, they have time still. Not a lot of time, but they have time still.
No.
And
Leave me alone. I don't want any. No, thank you. No, thank you.
I'm sorry. He still had the epic lip gloss, though. He will always.
He's allowed to be pretty.
He's the only one. Every other Norse.
He's allowed to be pretty.
Their lips are the exact same color as their skin tone, and Baby Nord is just like. I borrowed Larxine's lip gloss today.
He's going through a phase.
He's going through a phase. His hair is definitely better than it had been, I think, in my opinion.
What's the silly P?
It's a premium roulette.
I don't want that, right?
You don't want that. It makes your card only be able to be used once. It's for people who use slates a lot.
No. Not me.
So you want to try and get it on a card that you don't care about.
Or just back out.
Oh, does it let you just back out?
Yeah, there's a cancel button.
Never mind, then there is a cancel button.
There's a flip you, I like my cards.
There's, I had another talking point that Classic Kingdom. This was not on my list of things to talk about, but it's a thing that has come out.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. For those of you who are not aware, the new KHUX update includes Classic Kingdom, which are the Game & Watch style minigames that will be appearing in Kingdom Hearts 3. I would like to make this clear. They are entirely separate from KHUX. Like, you open the game, like, you don't even go, like, you're on the title screen. There's a different button for, like, a different game section on the title screen. So it is just totally segregated. I really like this because I'm really frustrated with KHUX. It's currently designed in a way that I could play it, but only if I had the time to hardcore it. It basically, like, my anxiety goes off really bad if I don't have the time and I'm actively playing it to play as much as I, like, need to maintain being a high level player, and I just don't have time for that, so I can't play it at all. It's really unfun to not play when you're not on the top of the curve. They're really punishing to people who are not on that curve. So...
I walked right into that guy.
I'm happy because I have a fun thing I can, like, play on my phone that I can actually that actually functions in, I'm stuck in line for 5 minutes, I'm gonna do something for a while.
We should try out... we should try out the chat room.
Yes!
I
wanted to talk about that. There are public chat rooms now. It's in the same section as the Classic Kingdom. I kind of want to check them out and see if I can set up, like, an official long-running Seeker of Darkness one for people to come and talk lore stuff all the time. You have your little avatars in a room from the main game. I mean, there's still some connection to the main game in that it uses your avatars, or completing things will give you currency, but you don't need the currency in that section, if that makes sense.
I didn't know there was any kind of currency thing at all. I haven't looked into it at all.
Every time... okay, so right now there is... will you play some of the... No, not in the chat room, in the Classic Kingdom.
Oh, that, yes.
Every Classic Kingdom has an event right now, also, for those who don't know. If you get a cumulative... And I didn't realize this at first, so I want to make it very clear. Like, if every time you beat the game you get a score, and every score you get totaled after the amount of times you've played the game. So, like, if you scored 500 and then the next time you scored 600, your cumulative would be 1100. Gets to a certain point, and you get to that point for all 5 of the minigames. You can get a download code to download Starlight for KH3 as an equipable Keyblade. You also, for each individual one you get 600 jewels. I'm going to go back to hoarding up my jewels until they drop, like, another Vanitas medal, because I want it and it looks pretty, kind of thing. And I will log in to play story quests as there are story updates, as that is my obligation, but I've mostly put it down.
I'm dropping all my jewels on Demix.
That's solid. You're still active, though, so that makes sense.
Sort of, because there's no dot hack game for me to play.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The 5 Classic Kingdom games, you have the fishing one. It's the one I'm the worst at.
It's the one I'm the best at.
It doesn't have any audio cues, and I do better with the ones with audio cues. And that's why I'm bad at it.
I do better with the less it's timed, the better I do.
Yeah.
Speaking of time.
Is it time to
Time to die to Replica.
That's fair. Maybe we should rename the name of the episode. Oh, I need to,
You know that...
16
plus
13 is...
I've more than
29.
doubled
Yeah.
my death count.
Okay, so it's funny. Carnival Kid is actually my favorite.
I don't actually hate that game, I'm just really bad at it.
Well, people in the chat are complaining about it, so they all agree with you. I grew up with Diner Dash style games as like a big part of my time sync formula. So it is a Diner Dash style game that's hard down, and like I'm so familiar with that subgenre 1, I don't register that as fun. Because I'm so used to other games that, like, I know the timer is technically artificial, and also the fact that the way the timer works is,
He's just running literal circles around me while he can't do anything.
Oh, poor honey.
Don't poor honey him, he's kicking my butt. Please don't. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I used all my zeros health. I'm gonna die again. There is nothing I can do, I'm just gonna die again. I have a single HP.
Bye, phone.
I was really hoping that I could come back from that. And like... But no.
One of the reasons that people might have problems with it is because they don't realize, like, every time you start over, like, your time from the last segment adds to your current segment. So you're never actually, like, it's not, it looks like, and especially if you're close, that, like, your time is, you always only have a set time to do this challenge and it's increasing, but if you do better earlier, you have more time later. And because I know that all of those games technically have artificial time things and that, like, the people get mad at you instead, that, like, it doesn't click. Which, because normally I hate games with time, but it's, like, the one exception for me. And I find, like, I'm actually, it's still the one that I'm the worst at and I've gotten the lowest relative scores on. Using what I'm assuming the benchmark and, assumption from the, Keyblade, cumulative scores are. Assuming they expect you to play them all at roughly the same time. But it's like I was looking up shitty versions of that style of game for browser, to go to sleep to because I'm weird. I know it's weird, because I know it's exactly what
I would hope if he wasn't like 7 times as fast as me.
Yeah.
Because I can't get away. That is my active problem right now. I cannot escape long enough to do anything. It's 9:34.
With how long this is taking, I may request that I take a shot at it.
Please.
Oh, I didn't mean right now. Okay, shit.
Too bad. You said it. Let's go.
Okay, but if I die, I get one more try before passing it back because I want to edit the deck for me. Because this deck is not
You
set
die,
up.
you get a sticker on your face.
That's fair. This deck is not how I set up decks. I don't remember what any of the buttons are, other than the obvious.
Therefore, you will do better.
Oh, that's actually true. I hate how you have your deck set up. Oh my god. No, I hate this! I hate this so much! We have such different play styles!
Well, evidently it's not working for me either. I just don't have enough money.
I can't find anything in your deck. Alright, so we're gonna go on an adventure called...
That one didn't really count.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we won't continue. Called Deck Building with Vanny. Have you saved?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna save.
I saved a couple times.
Okay, I'm gonna save again. I understand why and how you structure your deck, and it's actually like how all of Riku's decks come normally structured. So like, it is supposed to be intuitive, but my brain does not work that way. So I don't blame you. But oh my god.
How fun.
Okay, we're gonna just do this, and what do we got that doesn't suck? Okay, we got a 9, and so the way I do this, hold on, I'm gonna have to edit things in a minute. You have an ass ton of CP, so I'm not gonna have any problem because I never use certain things. There are some 8s. And you have way more zeros than I've like ever had, I think.
I have a lot of zeros. I got them all from the Moogle in the last run.
No. Christian is going. I can feel my friend judging me from his house as I systematically remove all of the magic from my deck. Oh, I had another 8. Oh my god, I'm only at 300? Holy bejeezers. Holy bejeezers, Batman! Holy bejeezers! I don't know what this word is I've made up, and I don't like it.
I don't know. See, like, half of my problem is I only have 7s for cures. And the 1 0. Because he can't break my 0 cure.
Yes, you can always break, or you can break his things.
He breaks the 0 cure, but not before it cures me.
Oh.
So it always goes off.
Oh, I understand.
So even if and when he breaks my card, it's still useful. At least to me. Whether or not it would be useful to you is entirely different. I still continue to forget about Oogie Boogie.
I will see if I can remember him better. I also forgot about him during that fight, but that's because I was panicking, not remembering what any of the buttons do. I would like to put out that this is the deck structure I had and density I had at endgame. That is how much CP I had at endgame.
It's not enough. Need more. More CP.
I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm trying to remember if I need the zeros faster, so how do I, this, right? So I'm gonna move the zeros after the heals.
Okay.
I didn't...
You also have a 0 cure that you can use if and when you want it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the 0 cure in, whoops, where Oogie is actually, and I lost one of my zeros by accident. Okay. And, what other enemy cards do I have that don't suck? That's kind of helpful. Not as helpful as Oogie. I'm sorry I became Titus for a moment.
Are you? Are you really?
No. That's important. I'm not gonna do that though. No. Actually, that's helpful. Limit 1 reload.
Is that includes yours?
Oh, all that includes mine. Never mind. However, that might be worth it.
To break his slate?
Yeah, because it will fuck up, like, that's a great card to use when he has Dark Aura, because he just can't do it anymore then. Everyone is relatively weaker, but I screw him over more. Oh my god, where was this card all of my life? I have the CP for that right now.
Because I put all of my points into CP. Oh, you're driving the body.
I'm driving the body. Reverts.
We are so past dead 29.
We
that
are.
was 10 minutes ago.
And
just do or die.
Potentially helpful, but not really. Increases the strength. No. No. Okay. And then we have all attack cards, reloadable attack cards, and reloadable magic cards, all magic cards, and resets the reload counter. All cards. 47. Really? That's more? Okay.
What is?
This is more than this.
Yeah.
That confuses me. Reloadable magic. These are 32 and 34. I'm not used to using these, but I'm also really rusty in general, and I have the CP for them, so...
Do it.
I'm gonna go ahead with, I'm trying to figure out if resetting the reload count, I'm gonna go with this for now, and determine later if resetting the reload value, counter is more valuable, basically, to me. Actually, I'm gonna also, how do I, there we go. This needs to go, between the zeros and stuff. Oogie being there is going to drive me nuts. Okay. OCD achieved.
Congratulations.
I have room for more attack cards, so what do we have? 7. Cool. I got, oh wait, hold on. I gotta do this. It's going to, nope, that's not what I meant to do.
Nope. Congratulations.
Where did it go?
Shoulder buttons. I have no idea. You ate it.
Oh, I got rid of the 7. I understand what happened, I think.
You're over.
Yes, because I accidentally put something in that I shouldn't have. It got put in here. How do I get rid of it? I hit X again. Okay. This has messed up my entire system! Oh my god!
If you know, if you like close out of the thing and then close out of all the menus and come back, it'll like get rid of all the extra slots.
I did not know that. 19,
I think you gotta
16.
close out of like the entire menu.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
In which case, I will not have more attack cards then. Whoops. Okay. And I got way more heals than I'm used to having. And I got that, and I got my 4 zeros, which should be all I need, in the place where I'm used to them being. Alright. I have a deck in deck 3 now.
Cool.
We're gonna save. We're gonna try this again. I still don't remember the buttons good. This is the downside of me being like, oh, you'll let me try it, and in the 11th hour, and me going, oh god! Alright.
Let's do this. Just believe in the heart of the cards.
This and the final replica fight are like things that, like, in high school I was the person who my friends, like, went and got me for. How do you lock onto this fucker?
It's like L2 or R2 or something.
I'm still using your desk. Nope. It won't let me just quit.
Nope. You gotta die.
Kill me!
Nope. My turn. My body. Whoops. What did you do?
You hit the
broke
middle
it.
button. Just, yeah, you're good. I did all of that, and then I didn't change what deck was again.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness, would you move, Sora? Sora!
So during what's the death count, I've slightly lost count because I died once.
Sora! He won't move. Stop getting stunned. Worthless sleeping boy.
Let's actually.
If you would
put the
stop
deck.
getting stunned, that would be great.
Continue. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna have to return to turtle line. Turtle. Return to turtle.
What?
Because I have. Whoops. Oh no, it is still here. Okay. I was afraid that wasn't gonna save.
Okay. Equip deck.
Equip deck. Does it let me rename them?
No.
I'm sad. Alright.
Are we good?
We're gonna try that again, team.
Alright, we are supposedly at 33.
Okay.
I have a lot of stickers on my face again. Clearly I was just suffering from a sticker shortage.
Okay, that's not gonna Stop trying to you fucker.
Trying desperately to increase.
Please stop that. I forget how to put things in slate. And no longer can care.
So because we are conveniently at 33. Oh no, I changed it. I copied the 3 and I pasted it twice, but I found out that you can apparently switch the order of things by dragging them by accident. But technology, I'm good. I'm still proud. There was this one time where I was going on a field trip with one of my college classes, and we were about to leave, but the teacher needed to print something, and there was no mouse, and the computer had been turned off, so they had to navigate the computer entirely without a mouse, and I was able to do that because I'm talented at computers. No video games, just computers.
You fucking fucker.
Are you sure? Of course he did. He's Riku. And you're Venita.
No, Sora, honey,
Sora.
honey.
See? You see what I mean? This boy doesn't run. Boy's just sitting here being like, yes, hurt me. I think Sora's got some issues here.
Oh, I kind of
He has such a wonderful skirt flare when he twirls.
Oh shit.
Yo, you see what I mean about the stunning? That is a nice card. I'm gonna have to add it to my deck.
Heal! Get ready! Heal!
I just want to watch Riku twirl.
Alright, suck a dick! Okay, here you go, body back.
And with that, it's 950.
And with that, it's 950.
I failed. I have failed us all.
I am sorry, Ventus.
This is why I don't get to drive the body. This is yours.
This is mine.
I think legally I need HP boost.
Legally, yes.
Don't be mad, Repliku. You kicked my butt like
a lot.
A lot.
Too bad,
20
Sora.
times.
You can fight me all you
More
want.
than that.
But I still
Oh no,
won't remember
exactly
a
that.
thing.
Never mind.
Exactly
you're right.
that.
Come on, Riku. Let's quit fighting. Let's go help Namine.
Let's just be gay.
Together. Right. So like you. Sora.
Ah, here it is. The
You're
gayest
always
one.
trying to worm your way into my heart.
Hold on. When did I ever do that?
When you had a cute face.
You forgot that too?
I want to say shots fired, but that
You
was a
never
compliment.
cared. It never mattered to you.
That was the I am an angry lover scorn running off lot. Like that
won't
entire
push me
exchange
away.
was just
Mm-hmm.
you left me for Kairi, so I found a person. Now fuck off.
I found my own Kairi.
Alright, that hell has been addressed. Going to the next floor will just trigger the
Riku is so stubborn. Has he always been like that? Absolutely. Once you help Riku get his memories back, you'll be friends again in no time. You sure about that?
Well, he's not wrong, because the real
Oh,
Riku with the real
Namine.
memories, it does become friend immediately.
I appreciate the seam in her dress.
Me too. Me too.
Sup, Axel.
Oh, is this Axel being a sociopath? The cutscene?
Does it hurt, Namine? Watching your two childhood friends fight, all
Which
because of you.
cutscene? Because there's a lot of Axel being a sociopath.
You have my sympathies from the
The
heart. But don't waste
the
your
anger
time.
of that.
We nobodies can never hope to be
And
somebodies.
yet,
And yet.
you can hope to be somebody's, you just have to die first.
That was not the cutscene I thought it was. I thought it was the one where he like starts laughing evilly about murder outright.
No, he hasn't killed Vexen yet.
That was like there can only be two
I
Keyblade
don't get
or
it.
one Keyblade Master levels of irony.
Riku
We
and
can't
I,
be
We
somebody's.
both want the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I
Both
still
of us
wonder what the deal is
want to
with
help
his
Namine out.
tattoos. And
How
why he
come
loses those when he
we're fighting
becomes
each
a
other?
somebody again.
Mine's is so
I
well because
mean,
he never had them
Riku and I have
originally,
argued about stuff in the past, but
Could be because you care what happens to each other.
There are two technical ways.
I really
that
thought
could
so
go.
too.
Sora
But
said since his boyfriend doesn't
maybe
like him
Riku
anymore.
doesn't.
It's not actually his boyfriend. One is like he got actual tattoos, but his nobody body was like technically slightly different, so they didn't carry over to reforming, which is the most unlikely one. The more likely one is it's a like nobodies who keep their human form
It
are rare,
seems
and
our
it is
memories
a
are
very
fading
like
mighty fast.
0.01% of
Sora,
not
we gotta
entirely
hurry.
being able to maintain that.
I bet
Does
Riku
that make
will come
sense?
around if you just talk to him.
Which makes you wonder if
Yeah.
anybody
You're
else
right.
secretly has those marks.
We three
Probably.
were never apart.
I know that's been a
Me
thing
and
that
Riku,
gets used a lot in
Namine.
fanfiction. Is the assumption that maybe other characters have those marks somewhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright, we have a save point.
yup. We have a save point. It took us the entire episode. I'm good at video games, guys. It's fine.
Patting your cheek is weird because it has.
Because it's
bumpy.
covered in stickers.
It's weird. Okay.
Clearly, I just wanted to be pretty and covered in stickers.
Um,
This was my goal.
next week we'll go to the next world, whatever that is.
Next week, we'll actually
Well-
visit a world.
Oh, we didn't even get to
No,
Neverland.
we didn't get to
I
any
need
world.
to change the episode title.
We didn't get
well,
to
I guess
Neverland.
actually, you know
we
what?
didn't get to Hollow Bastion.
The episode title was Neverland? Never mind.
You jinxed it, you jerk! I'm sorry, I dropped your phone.
So that,
so we need to go now because I need to beat Vanitas.
I'm okay with this. And on that goat!
And
Save
on that
your
goat!
tears.
Cause I'll be back, but this one might not be.
We'll be back! Oh my gosh, the mouse is freaking out. I can't get it to click on the button.
Congratulations!